Hello and welcome to 7 Days of Gaming, the biggest stories from the last week in the PC gaming world. I'm your host Alex Pace, and this episode covers the week from the 6th to 13th of April 2017. We've got BAFTA Game Awards, Windows 10 gets a little more gamer friendly, Elite Dangerous crewmates, esports scholarships, and German Twitch streamers now need licenses. Let's get to it. Following in Steam's footsteps, the Windows 10 store will soon offer refunds on demand. Customers will be able to easily request a refund if they have played or used the application for less than 2 hours and they purchased in the last 14 days. DLC, season passes and other add-ons are currently not available for refund. Users who abuse the system will have their privileges withdrawn. While the store isn't exactly popular with gamers and has been heavily criticized by developers in the past, this is a step in the right direction, even if it is a direct copy of what Valve has accomplished last year. The feature will be available in the near future. On the subject of Windows, the Windows 10 Creators Update has been released, its most significant feature for gamers being the Game Mode, which shuffles around resource allocation while you're playing, at least in theory improving performance. It is enabled for some games by default, and can be manually enabled by using the Windows Game Bar. It will work for all PC titles, including those created using the Win32 API. Other improvements include an eye saver for late night use, the full range of RGB theme colors, and some more concise organization within settings. After 10 long, hard years, Windows Vista has now ended official support. The notorious alerts will soon be lost to the dust, that hopelessly inefficient error theme succumbing to a painful death. Only 0.1% of Steam users reported using the system as of this year, 1/7 of those on Linux. Stuck between Windows XP and 7, perhaps the only good thing it did for gamers was introduce DirectX 10. Well, goodbye, no one will really miss you. 15 years on, RuneScape has received its own documentary. 15 years of adventure follows the MMO's highs and lows, from the game's inception in 2001 to its rise to fame and subsequent legacy. The brand has generated over $750 million, with over 250 million players signed up. Interviews with industry professionals and important figures from the game's development turn up, as well as a talk with Zazima, purportedly the most famous RuneScape player in the world. The documentary runs over an hour and 20 minutes and is available for free on YouTube. Far Cry 4 director and Ubisoft veteran Alex Hutchinson has left the company after 7 years. After directing Assassin's Creed 3 with Ubisoft and Spore, The Sims 2 and Army of Two at EA, he is now funding a new studio named Typhoon along with former Warner Bros. And EA executive producer Reed Schneider. He says they can't announce anything yet, but the studio is hard at work imagining a brand new world, so stay tuned. The BAFTA Game Awards took place this week, and here are the winners. Best Artistic Achievement went to Inside. Best Audio Achievement went to The Last Guardian. Best Game went to Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Best British Game went to Overcooked. Best Debut Game went to Firewatch. Best Evolving Game went to Rocket League. Best Family Game went to Overcooked. Best Game Design went to Inside. Best Game Innovation went to That Dragon, Cancer. Best Multiplayer Game went to Overwatch. Best Music went to Virginia. Best Narrative went to Inside. Best Performer went to Cissy Jones as Delilah in Firewatch. Ones to Watch Award went to Among the Stones from Blue Door Games. And the AMD Esports Award went to Clash Royale. In game release and update news, a Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer intended for the Star Wars Celebration has been leaked, revealing some details about the game. There will be a single-player story campaign focusing on an unknown Empire soldier, as well as the usual multiplayer battles. It also appears you will have the ability to ride Tauntauns. As previously rumoured, the game will also cover all the eras, with all the big names from each. Darth Maul, Yoda, Rey and Kylo Ren were all shown in the short video. As usual, a DLC tie-in with the upcoming Star Wars 8, The Last Jedi will also be up for grabs for those who pre-order. The Planet Coaster Spring Update has arrived, bringing with it a bevy of new rides and misbehaving parkgoers. Unhappy teenagers and adults now have a chance to turn into vandals, and pickpockets can slip into your park. To complete the system, security guards have also been added, allowing you to control crime or simply kick out any patron of your choosing. Old rides can also be revitalized and rebranded, Over 150 new scenery pieces have been added, and the usual bug fixes and UI tweaks are also present. Elite Dangerous has received a large update in 2.3, allowing other players in custom avatars to sit beside you and serve as crew on your ship. 3 roles are available: pilot, gunner, and for larger ships, fighter, who takes control of the attack vessel stored within your craft. For those who don't have the Horizons Pass, ship naming, a new camera suite, asteroid bases, mega ships that act as stations, and a load of performance and stability fixes have been added. The patch notes also contained 2 vague points, stating that new mysterious things and new organics for surfaces have been added. MMO World of Tanks is testing out a new mode, named Frontline. The mode sees 2 teams of 30 tanks battle it out on maps 9 times the size of a regular map. With usual games being only 15 aside, this new scale is certainly a novel feature. Platoons, normally restricted to 3 players, have also been increased up to 5. The map is divided up into sections, with one team defending and the other attempting to capture control points in order to advance. Players will also be able to respawn, something the game has never seen before. Currently only in the sandbox server, Frontline will need a lot of balance and polish changes before it can be released into the wild. For Honor got a quality of life update today, fixing a range of problems. Peacekeeper's zone attack has been nerfed, something that was previously considered so overpowered the hero actually got banned from competitive play. Smaller changes have been made to elimination and gear stats, as well as lifting the restriction that confined daily and contract orders to player versus AI matches only. Players can now complete these missions against other people, making it a little less monotonous to earn steel, the in-game currency. Following up the recent controversy over the scarcity of steel and the high price of cosmetics, Ubisoft are now posting weekly video updates detailing upcoming changes and the team's decision-making process. The community has responded well, saying Ubisoft have definitely improved their communication over the past few weeks. In esports news, the University of Utah is the first major sports college to offer an esports scholarship. With the first game on offer being League of Legends, the scholarship will be funded by the Arts and Engineering Department, currently separate from the school's $70 million sports program. The university plans to expand to 35 students over a couple more games over the next few years, and the team are planning to compete in Riot's 2017 Campus Series. The scholarship is important because the school is part of the Power 5, the wealthiest athletic schools in the whole of the US. South Korean team Lunatic High beat fellow countryman Runaway 4-3 in the Overwatch Apex Season 2 finals, held in Korea, winning $90,000 against 15 other teams. Japanese player Haitani from Team Graft beat compatriot Istabashi Zankiev from Destination Gaming 3-0 in the Street Fighter V Ultimate Fighting Arena, which was held in Paris, taking home $7,000 against 512 other players. Mixed Team FaZe Clan beat Danish team Astralis 2-1 in the CSGO StarLadder I-League Star Series Season 3 Grand Final, held in Kiev, taking home $125,000 against 15 other teams. The top sellers on Steam this week were PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Stellaris Utopia, Dark Souls 3, Dishonored 2, H1Z1 King of the Kill, CSGO, Nier Automata, Europa Universalis 4 Mandate of Heaven, and Ark Survival Evolved. Finally, my favourite story this week was, in a bizarre move, a German broadcast authority have temporarily ruled that Twitch streamers will need a license in order to livestream. According to outdated laws, streamers are technically in the same category as TV and radio stations, meaning they must purchase a broadcasting license, an item which can cost between $1,000 and $10,000. If they don't have the license, they will be classed as a pirate station and must bear the consequences. It also means they have to comply with German content standards, like not showing adult content before 10 PM, and risk losing their license if they do things on the stream that go beyond certain boundaries. A new officer will actually have to be hired just to police these factors. While the authority admit they will need to revise the law, the restriction has been put in place so actual broadcasters don't get the idea that they can run their own stations without permission. The law only applies to sources who could theoretically gather 500 or more viewers, So a suggested fix Twitch could implement would be to give the option to limit the stream to 499 viewers, keeping within the criteria to stay license-free. So just before we go to the outro, I want to run a little competition. Have you told someone else about the show yet? No? Go tell them right now. Tell them where to get it, tell them how good it is. Then you can drop me either a Twitter DM or leave a comment on the site. Each person who writes in will go into the draw to win an honorary community member Patreon tier, granting you moderator on the Steam group, access to the private Slack channel, and going on the mailing list to receive the full show notes every week to peruse at your leisure. In addition to that, you will have your name read out on air and added to the patrons page on the site. And if you don't want to tell someone in person, sharing through social media is fine. So, share the show around and you could become a fully fledged member of the community. If you don't fancy chancing your luck, you can become a patron of the show at patreon.com/7daysofgaming. Get snazzy rewards and perks in return for everything you donate going towards improving quality and equipment. Whoever signs on before we reach $20 a month will enter into the Hall of Fame, where you can have 2 links of your choosing displayed on the website. Thanks a bunch for listening to the episode. You can check out the show at 7daysofgaming.com and sign up to the email list, where you can get a new podcast in your inbox every week. Make sure you're subscribed on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow me on Twitter at 7_D_G, leave a like on the Facebook page, and join the Steam group. We're also on YouTube, where the show is quick and easy to find if you don't have access to your usual podcast device. Any kind of feedback is welcome. Feel free to leave a review on iTunes and say what you think about the show, or drop by the website and leave me a note. Thanks to Rocco W for the music, and see you next week.